Hello everyone, this is a reading for Libra. So welcome in Librans, hope everybody's well. We'll get started with the tarot and then we'll move into an oracle card. We'll have a little bonus oracle card at the end for you, Libra. What does Libra need to hear? Libra need to hear. Libra need to hear. Message for Libra. Okay. Knight of Wands. I'll show you all these in a minute, of course. And then you have this Sun. Very nice. Okay. You have the King of Coins, 8 of Coins, 2 of Cups, 3 of Wands, Page of Cups, the Emperor, 6 of Cups, and the Hanged Man. Okay, ending with the Hanged Man. Okay, that may not be a bad thing. It's just a perspective change. So, Page of Wands, communication, King of Swords, and the Justice card. Definitely, that's kind of you showing up in the reading anyway. And the Empress. We have the Emperor and the Empress. Could be divine counterparts here coming in for you. So there is definitely a divine counterpart. If you haven't met if you're not with this person now, they will be coming in for you. Keep your eyes open for that. But there's Emperor Justice. This is a very balanced connection. And it's your responsibility also to keep the balance in the connection for some reason. That maybe that's just because it's your skill set. Not all Libras are, balanced, but that is something that they seek. Okay, King of Swords. You do have, there's some planning here. Some logistics and some planning. Yeah. I'm getting like planning interactions. You know what I mean? Like maybe planning interactions. And the reason you do this is probably because of other things that are either logistics things that are happening or that it's just something you have to be prepared for. It's almost as if you have to meditate before dealing with this other counterpart. Could be a twin flame situation and you just need to garner some strength before you handle it, because sometimes those connections can be, they just point out their mirrors of each other. So they point out flaws in each other as well as good things in each other. And so the flaws can be difficult to deal with, and maybe that's you just have to prepare for these interactions maybe, or it could be in any interaction actually that you're dealing with as well. So there is something here about planning and planning for future events here, and that's the communications. Planning is planned communication. Okay. So you're starting out as it's a funny message. You're starting out as the Knight of Wands here. Knight of Wands, of course, is movement, energy. It's fiery, passionate. He's one of the faster moving knights, not the fastest moving knight, but quick movement. You could be actually moving. This is more my card of adventure in this particular situation. It is you stepping into a new adventure and being open to that new adventure and new passion. So it's you kind of opening up to something that, and it could be opening up to this relationship. It could be opening up to other things in your life as well. Just shove it kind of where it fits, I guess, in this reading. All right, you do have the Sun, which could help or hinder you, and the Sun is basically your outlook on the situation. So there is something. There's some happiness coming in here, and it's up to you to see and feel out that happiness and kind of, I don't know, be absorbed. Like, I'm getting more like sun rays. You know how when they hit your back or something, and it's so nice and it's so warm, right? Especially if the air is a little crisp, but you get that hit of warm sun rays on your back. I'm getting more of that on this Sun card. Could help or hinder you. It's actually enjoying things as they come and being very present and enjoying things as they come, such as like sun rays on your back. Don't get in the sun if you're like me and you don't tan, your freckles connect. That's really what happens. I burn and the freckles connect. So there's no point for me. But, if you don't need to literally get in the sun, but it is enjoying moments as they arise. So it's kind of taking stock and just watching the playful things around you and then just enjoying that. Okay, so in your past you did have the 8 of Coins. You embarked on something new after you've received a bunch of learning from other things. So this could be, a job change. It could be some sort of change or just lessons learned that you're like, hey, I've gotten over this hump, and now I'm able to learn from that and move on and translate it into my next section of life. So All right, in your subconscious, you're the King of Coins. King of Coins, he's always my manifester, so you could be manifesting quite quickly at this time, so maybe pay attention to your words, pay attention to your actions, pay attention to especially that self-talk, you know, make sure it's pretty positive, keeping it in a positive light, because you could be manifesting things quite rapidly, so pay attention there. Okay, in your conscious, you have the Five of Cups. Oh, okay. Now this is an unmet expectation. Something didn't meet expectations, and maybe you've had to release that, or release the expectations around it, or release the negativity around it. Now, and start afresh in a new direction. And so the Five of Cups is always unmet expectations, but it's also this. This person is looking at the sad plant, the cup plant or whatever, the sad cup plant, when there's a good cup plant right here next to her. So, or him, or whoever this is. It looks like a giant bug, a giant grasshopper. So, and these are sprouting, right? And they're sprouting new things, and they're sprouting hearts. So it could be, you know, with this connection, love on the horizon, to fresh love, sprouts of love, seeds of love, things like that coming into your life. And that's kind of what the universe is asking you to pay attention to. You might be feeling a unmet expectation thing, where you feel like, you know, something's not working out the way you think it should, or it didn't work out the way you think it should. You see something going south, but the universe wants you to know that that's not the case at all. You're just kind of in a lull before you sprout this new seeds of love, or new fresh start, new seeds of fulfillment. So if you're not looking for love, it would be more of a fulfillment thing, a happiness thing. Okay, because in your future you have the Three of Wands, and this is early fruits of labor. So if you've started anything in your life, these are early fruits of labor. Something will come together for you, and you'll get some sort of, I don't know, validation. I'm getting more validation for the work that you've done. Now, if you've put a lot of energy, anywhere you've put a lot of energy, you should expect rewards for that. And they're going to be early rewards, so they're going to be little, not necessarily big things, but there is something here about, that's possibly to do with that communication too. You could be receiving communication because of work that you've done, and it's bringing back good things to you. So that kind of thing. All right, you do have the Page of Cups here as your approach. A new little clue. And this has like letters, right? So this page is a very studious page. He's got his bunny ears and little glasses, and he's so cute. And it's like a little clue. The clue is in the writing. Oh, you could be communicating with someone from a distance. You know, maybe a lot of words on the screen, words wherever, you know, calling, whatever you do. It doesn't matter. But there's going to be a lot of the message is kind of between the lines. And you've been reading between the lines a little bit. And I'm wondering if you're not supposed to do that, like, anymore. You're supposed to read between the lines. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just supposed to let it. I don't know why I need this. I need the Lenormand. Okay, for Libra. For Libra. Oh, did it turn over? No. Curiosity. Okay. Okay. Movement. The garden. Home, and the stork. Oh. Okay. So the garden, of course, is a social. Then this card, it's definitely social. And then you have the stork, which is it's definitely a new start. So new start, new beginning could also be, you know, if you're looking to get pregnant, there, you know, this is a good card for that. If you're not, then, you know, you should figure that out. But this is also, garden is always a social event. So coming together, something coming together for you, something in the home. That's been your approach, but it's been like, it's new. New changes. Studiousness. The changes are you kind of studying things. I think you're being being very careful with your words. And I think you've been very careful with your words. And I think the advice is to continue on that path, to be very careful with your words at this time. And if you don't want to say anything, you just don't say anything, that type of thing. So it's very much something to do with that, but it's also a directness. There needs to be a directness, and there needs to be a plan here. So there's something here about, because you have the King of Coins and your subconscious is kind of getting into the 3D reality and making things happen. So there's something here about you getting in, having a directness with your words. It's like those cowboy movies, right? It's, you know, the star says very few words, and he's like this silent, brooding type, right? And he's really always really attractive, right? And so there's something here about using your words very carefully, being very open, authentic, honest about everything, and then quiet. Like only speaking when you need to, and being done. And that's it. So there's something here about that. I don't know why, but that's kind of been your approach too. Anyway, the Emperor, your environment is the Emperor. So self-discipline, taking charge, basically. So your environment, you're actually taking charge. You are doing things that you've maybe wanted to do. You're starting things. You're healing things. You're moving things forward. You're 3 of Wands here, of course. You know, early fruits of labor. You're kind of working pretty hard, I think, and you're working. There's also smartness though, because of this Page of Cups here. Work smarter, not harder. So there's something here about working smarter. Make sure you're always just working smarter. Maybe there's like some organization that you need to do. Okay. Your advice is the 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups is follow that happiness. Follow that, you know, follow that heart space. You know, the things that make you feel good. And good meaning, I feel good that this is the right way to go. You know, I feel good when, you know, you do your yoga or whatever it is you do. You know, it's like continue to do that. Continue to say what you mean. Continue to be very open with people. But I just don't, there's just like a not, it's not manipulation, because I don't think that's what you're doing, but it's continuing to be very open and saying exactly what you mean all the time. So something here about that. And it's just going to make you feel so much more free. Because I think maybe Libra has kept stuff in, and not when you just need to put it out there and then just go ahead and, you know, enact your plan, do whatever you got to do. Basically, that's what it is. So, you know, if you don't like something, you don't want something, you should probably voice it, but, you know, just like in a pretty direct, calm manner, that kind of thing. All right, Hanged Man. Changing your perspective. This will change your perspective on everything pretty much. You will definitely not be needing to, this one, the Hanged Man. This is a more difficult reading for me. All right, the Hanged Man, please. Changing your perspectives, or self-perception, actually. It's actually changing your self-perception. By doing this, you may have thought of yourself as one certain way, but by doing those little things, like taking more of a direct and simple approach to everything, also an organized approach to everything, it will change your perception of yourself as well as other people's perception of you. Okay, Strength card. Yeah, that is a personal demon of yours, is not always saying what you mean. So there's something here about just out with it, right? You know, because it's just so much easier. And it's not that you're manipulating or lying or anything. It's just you may not be saying the right words. You may not be, you know, but sometimes when we're just like blunt. And I think in this, especially if this love situations you have this coming in, that's just like a very important part of it. You just have to be kind of blunt and be like to the point. So there you go. Then you will have wrestled that demon. Okay. Oh, you need a little, this is a longer reading, I think, because it took me a while to get a little oracle card here. Inspirational oracle card. Let go of a fixed plan. Allow for spontaneity and growth. Okay. Yeah. Spontaneity and growth. You don't have to do... Yeah, it centers around communication for Libra. Just communication. but there is no fixed plan in the path you're going, especially if it is a, a twin flame relationship. There's no fixed plan. These things are very, like, you don't know when they're going to hit type thing. Divine counterpart, divine soulmate, that kind of thing. It's not going to follow a fixed plan. So just, All right. Thank you, Libra. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.